Imagine a wall so long it seems to have no end. A wall that has stood for centuries, but whose true purpose no one ever really understood. The world believes it was built to keep out enemies, but the truth is something far darker. Every 60 years, something rises from the earth, not just to hunt humans for food, but to keep an entire species alive. Today, we're breaking down the film, The Great Wall. The story begins during China's Song Dynasty. A group of European mercenaries, soldiers who fight for money, have traveled all the way to China with one goal: to find black powder, or gunpowder, something that didn't even exist in Europe at the time. It was something that could make them rich beyond imagination. But the journey isn't easy. Bandits attack them along the way, and then, one night, in the darkness, something happens that changes everything. A mysterious, terrifying creature ambushes their camp, and one by one, their companions are killed. Only 2 survive. One is William Guerin, a skilled archer, a mercenary who has spent his entire life fighting. The other is his partner Tovar, a Spanish soldier. As they flee, they manage to grab one thing: the severed hand of the creature that attacked them. And this hand later becomes the proof that what they witnessed wasn't just
Running for their lives, William and Tovar finally arrive at a place they'd only heard about in stories: the Great Wall of China. But here, they don't find freedom. An army guarding the wall captures them. No ordinary army. This was a force called the Nameless Order. For generations, without fame, without the outside world ever knowing, this army had been fighting a terrifying enemy. The army's structure looked like this. First, the Crane Corps, the purple unit, made up entirely of women. They leap off the wall using bungee cords, striking with spears mid-air. Their leader is Commander Lin Mei, a fearless warrior whose eyes carry both discipline and pain. Then there's the Bear Corps, blue, the heavy infantry who fight head-on. The Eagle Corps, red, the archers who strike from a distance. And the Deer Corps, black, handling intelligence and artillery. The entire army answers to one man, Commander Shao. Alongside him is an elderly strategist, Wang, who also translates for another European prisoner, Ballard, a man who's been held captive for years simply because he knows the formula for black powder.
Night falls. Silence spreads across the sky. Then, the drums begin. The signal is given. Something is coming. Something whose very name brings fear to the faces of these battle-hardened soldiers. The Taotie. These are creatures that arrived on Earth 60 years ago through a meteorite. Alien-like beings controlled by a collective hive-mind, meaning they're all connected to a single consciousness, one thought, one purpose. And their purpose? To bring resources back to their queen so their species can multiply and eventually conquer the entire world. Thousands of Taotie storm the wall from outside, and what unfolds looks less like a battle and more like a perfectly choreographed dance. Each corps moves in sync, guided by colors, drums, and signals. William, still just a prisoner, proves himself in this very battle. His arrows find their mark, and his skill impresses both Lin Mei and Wang.
The battle ends, but now William and Tovar face a new question. What next? Ballard tempts them. Let's steal the black powder and get out of here. This war isn't ours. But Lin Mei shows William something different. She tells him the history of her army, how generation after generation their ancestors stood on this wall with no recognition from the outside world, with no one even knowing they existed, purely to protect humanity. This becomes the turning point of the story, because now 2 things are battling inside William: his old greed on one side.
But the Taotie are no ordinary enemy. With every attack, these creatures learn. They begin to understand the wall's weaknesses. And then, the moment everyone feared arrives. The Taotie dig a tunnel underground and break straight through the wall, unnoticed. Their target is no longer just the wall, Now they're heading straight for Beijing, the capital of China, where the emperor himself resides. In this attack, Commander Shao is killed, sacrificing himself to save his army. His death shakes everyone. Command now falls to Lin Mei. Time is running out. If the Taotie reach Beijing, all of China could fall. So Lin Mei, William, Tovar, and a small team make a decision. They must reach Beijing first, warn the emperor, and somehow stop the Taotie.
Arriving in Beijing, they discover the truth. The entire Taotie system depends on one queen. She's the one who controls them all, connecting them through a single mind. And this reveals something crucial. If the queen dies, the Taotie will fall apart. The plan sounds simple, but it's anything but easy. To reach the queen, the team builds a special device, a kind of magnetic balloon that lifts them into the air, straight toward her. This is where the film's most intense sequence begins. The team reaches the queen, but the battle is so fierce that one by one, everyone gets injured. In the end, only William remains, alone, facing the queen. The queen, terrifying, fast, and intelligent, attacks William with everything she has. But drawing on years of training and one clever trick, blinding her, William finally kills her. And the moment the queen dies, everywhere in the world, every single Taotie begins to collapse. The hive-mind connection is broken. The war is over. After the battle, William has changed. The man who came to China only for money and gunpowder has become a hero, not just in others' eyes, but in his own. He shares an emotional yet dignified farewell with Lin Mei. No filmy romance, just a deep, quiet respect between two warriors. In the end, William sets off on his journey once more with his friend Tovar, this time not empty-handed, but carrying a story that perhaps no one will ever know. Because true heroes never fight for recognition.